Have you ever stopped for a second, looked at your life, and thought, is this really all there is? Am I truly living, or am I just existing? Think about it. Every day, millions of people wake up, go through the same routines, scroll endlessly on their phones, drown themselves in distractions, complain about what they don't have, and then go back to sleep, only to repeat the same cycle again tomorrow. No growth, no progress, no passion, just time slipping away. And maybe deep inside, you feel that too. You know there's more you could be doing, more you could be living, but something keeps holding you back. This video is not here to make you feel guilty. It's here to wake you up, because the truth is, whether you're 18 or 80, life is happening right now. Every second that passes is a second you will never get back. And the question you have to ask yourself is, are you spending those seconds building a life worth remembering? Or are you wasting them on things that don't matter? We live in a world where it's so easy to drift, to let days turn into weeks, weeks into months, and months into years, without ever truly questioning if the path we're on is the one we actually want. People live on autopilot. They wait for the perfect moment to start chasing their dreams, but that perfect moment never comes. They fear change, so they settle. They talk about what they wish they could do, but they postpone. They make excuses, and they resign themselves to lives far smaller than what they're capable of living. But here's the harsh reality. If you don't take control of your life will control you. If you don't choose who you want to become, the world will choose for you. And one day, you'll wake up, years older, filled with regret, realizing that the life you wanted was always within reach, but you wasted it, and I don't want that for you. This video is about breaking free, about refusing to waste another second on autopilot, on fear, on excuses. It's about discovering your purpose, facing change with courage, and finally deciding to create the life you know you were meant to live. So if you've been feeling stuck, uninspired, or lost, stay with me until the end of this video, because what you'll hear today could be the spark that changes everything. It could be the reminder you've been waiting for, the push you need to stop wasting your life and to finally do what you were born to do instead. Let's begin. Have you ever felt like life is just passing you by? Like you're moving, breathing, even working, but you're not really living? That's what it means to live on autopilot. It's waking up each morning, going through the motions, doing things because you have to, not because you want to, and then wondering why. At the end of the day, you feel empty, unfulfilled, and disconnected from the person you truly want to become. Autopilot is insidious. It doesn't hit you all at once. You don't wake up one day and think, today, I will live a life of routine, distraction, and wasted potential. Number nia. It creeps in quietly. One skipped morning of reflection, one day spent scrolling through social media, one task done without intention. And slowly, you find yourself living the same week over and over, year after year, trapped in a loop of repetition that feels safe but is slowly draining the life from you. Think about your daily routine. How much of it is really intentional? How much of it is dictated by habit, convenience, or the expectations of others? You wake up to an alarm, brush your teeth, get dressed, go to work or school, scroll through your phone, watch TV, eat, sleep, and repeat. And in between, maybe there are moments of joy, maybe a few spontaneous laughs, but for the most part, it's just movement. You're moving, but you're not present. You're participating in life, but you're not engaged. The tragedy of living on autopilot is that it feels normal, and because it feels normal, most people don't even notice it. They think that what they're experiencing is life itself, but life is so much more than mere existence. Life is about moments, feelings, choices, growth, and creating something that leaves a mark. When you live on autopilot, you trade all of that for comfort, routine, and the illusion of security. Autopilot is fueled by fear. Fear of change, fear of discomfort, fear of failing or looking foolish. It tells you, stay here, stay safe, don't rock the boat. And so, instead of taking risks, chasing dreams, or exploring new possibilities, you stay in the same place, day after day, month after month, year after year. You settle for small, safe victories instead of reaching for the life you've always imagined. So how do you break this cycle? How do you reclaim your dreams and find purpose in a world that constantly tries to distract, discourage, and derail you? It begins with clarity. Take the time to reflect deeply on what excites you, what challenges you, what makes you feel alive. Ask yourself, if I could do anything without fear, without judgment, without limitation, what would I pursue? Your answer is your compass. Your purpose often lies hidden within your passions, waiting for you to notice it, embrace it, and act on it. Next comes commitment. Purpose without action is meaningless. Dreams without pursuit remain fantasies. You have to commit fully and unreservedly to taking steps toward what you want, no matter how small. It may be 1 hour a day, one project a week, one conversation, one risk. Progress is built not on giant leaps, but on consistent, deliberate action. And every step forward, no matter how tiny, is proof that you are alive, that you are moving, that you are claiming your life instead of resigning yourself to it. And finally, resilience. You will face obstacles. You will encounter failures, criticism, and setbacks. This is inevitable. Purpose is tested, dreams are challenged, and the world will often seem to conspire against you. But each challenge is an opportunity to grow, to learn, to refine your path. The people who succeed are not those who never fail. They are those who refuse to surrender, who keep moving despite adversity, who remain anchored to their purpose even when everything around them is uncertain. When you combine awareness of your tendencies to postpone, the courage to act, and a clear sense of purpose, your life transformed. You start seeing opportunities instead of obstacles. You start noticing possibilities instead of excuses. You start living a life that feels intentional, meaningful, and exhilarating. Every day is no longer just a routine. Every day becomes a step toward a life you're proud of, a life that reflects the dreams you've longed for and the purpose you were born to pursue. So today, stop postponing. Stop resigning yourself to what is easy, comfortable, or convenient. Stop waiting for permission from yourself, from others, or from the universe to start living the life you deserve. Find your purpose. Chase your dreams relentlessly. Let your actions reflect the life you want, not the life you've settled for. Because time will not wait, life will not pause, and your potential will not realize itself. Your dreams are not a luxury. They are your destiny. Your purpose is not optional. It is your compass. And the moment you stop postponing, stop resigning, and start acting with intention, you step into a life that is extraordinary, meaningful, and unapologetically yours. One of the most subtle and destructive ways life gets wasted is by living according to other people's expectations. From the moment we are born, we are surrounded by voices telling us what we should do, who we should be, and how we should live. Family, friends, society, even social media, they all whisper, often unintentionally, the story of who they think we should become. And slowly, if we're not careful, we start listening. We start making choices to please others instead of ourselves. We pursue careers, relationships, or lifestyles because they are acceptable, safe, or expected, not because they make our hearts come alive. We trade authenticity for approval. We suppress our dreams to fit a mold. And in doing so, we trap ourselves in a life that isn't truly ours. The problem is that other people's expectations are never fully satisfying. No matter how much you achieve, how perfectly you fit their mold, there will always be more demand, more judgments, more pressure. You end up living to meet standards that aren't yours and slowly forget what you really want. Breaking free starts with a simple but powerful question. Am I living for me or for them? Recognize where you've been bending to fit the expectations of others. Acknowledge the ways you've limited yourself to gain approval. Then start making choices that reflect your values, your passions, and your authentic self. Living for yourself is not selfish. It's necessary. Only when you step out of the shadows of others' expectations can you live fully, freely, and intentionally. And once you do, you'll notice a lightness, a clarity, and a joy that comes from knowing that this life, finally, is yours. When we live trapped by the expectations of others, it's easy to forget one of the most important responsibilities we have, taking care of ourselves. We focus so much on pleasing everyone else, meeting their standards, achieving their approval, chasing their definitions of success, that our own well-being slowly takes a backseat. And before we realize it, we've neglected the very foundation that allows us to live fully, our health. Neglecting your health is easy. Caring for it requires discipline, awareness, and courage. But the rewards are immeasurable. A strong, vibrant body and a clear, resilient mind allow you to pursue your dreams, fulfill your purpose, and live fully without limits. Every action you take to nurture yourself is an investment in the life you truly want, the life you deserve. So today, make a promise to yourself. Stop neglecting your health. Treat it as sacred. Protect it, nurture it, and honor it. Because nothing in life matters more than your ability to fully experience it. Your dreams, your purpose, your potential, they all depend on it. And when you take charge of your health, you take charge of your life. You step out of autopilot. You reclaim your power, and you open the door to the extraordinary life that has been waiting for you all along. Besides that, one of the most common ways people waste their lives is by failing to appreciate the present moment. They are so focused on the future, the next goal, the next achievement, the next milestone, that they forget to live the life unfolding right in front of them. Or, conversely, they dwell on the past, mistakes, regrets, missed opportunities, letting yesterday's shadows cloud today's light. Time is the one resource we all share equally, yet it is also the one we take for granted the most. Every second that passes is gone forever, slipping through your fingers like grains of sand, and most people only realize the value of the present once it's almost too late. They wake up decades later, feeling that life has flown by, that opportunities have passed, and that time itself has betrayed them. But the truth is, it's never too late. Whether you are 18 or 80, every moment you have right now is a chance to pause, to notice, to breathe, and to live fully. The present is all you truly have. You cannot change the past, and the future is uncertain. But the now, the moments in which you exist, breathe, feel, act, is where life is truly lived. Appreciating the present doesn't mean ignoring your goals or abandoning your ambitions. It means being mindful of the life you are already living, It means recognizing the beauty of small moments, the warmth of sunlight on your skin, the laughter of a friend, the satisfaction of creating something with your own hands, the quiet peace of a single breath. These are the building blocks of a life that feels rich, meaningful, and fulfilling. Too many people postpone joy because they believe happiness lies somewhere else. In the future, in another achievement, in another relationship. They tell themselves, I'll be happy when I reach this milestone. Or, I'll enjoy life when things are easier. But life is not a waiting room. Happiness is not a destination you arrive at after a checklist of accomplishments. Happiness is found in the way you live today, in how present you are, and in the gratitude you feel for the life you have right now. And the irony is that those who fail to appreciate the present often wait until it's almost too late to realize its value. They grow older and feel that life is short. They look back and see years of unfulfilled potential, missed experiences, and wasted moments. But this realization doesn't have to lead to despair. Instead, it can be a wake-up call, a reminder that no matter your age, you can stop wasting your life and begin living intentionally, fully, and joyfully. No matter how old you are, the power to reclaim your life is in your hands. You can decide, this very moment, to stop postponing happiness, to stop deferring joy, to stop letting life slip by unnoticed. You can choose to savor experiences, cultivate meaningful relationships, invest in yourself, and create memories that will last a lifetime. The present is a gift, and it's never too late to start unwrapping it. Now, after everything we've explored, autopilot, fear, postponed dreams, lack of purpose, the weight of others' expectations, health neglect, and failing to appreciate the present, there is one truth that becomes crystal clear. Life is yours to live, and it is far too precious to waste. You have only one life, one opportunity to experience, to grow, to love, to create, to leave a mark. No one else can live it for you. No one else can chase your dreams, discover your purpose, or cultivate your joy. And yet, every day that passes without conscious action is a day surrendered to routine, distraction, and resignation. Every moment spent on autopilot, every fear-driven decision, every ignored dream, every neglected body and mind, every second of ungratefulness is a second of life you will never get back. And the worst part, autopilot robs you of time, the one resource you can never get back. Every day you spend on autopilot is a day lost. Every week you go through the motions without intention is a week you'll never recover. Time, once gone, is gone forever. And while you're distracted, life is passing by. Opportunities that could have changed your life slip away. Connections that could have enriched your soul fade into nothingness. Dreams that could have shaped your future slowly die. But here's the thing, autopilot is not permanent. It doesn't define you. And the moment you recognize it, you gain the power to break free. Awareness is the first step, realizing that you are living on autopilot. Acknowledging the routines, the distractions, the fear is the beginning of taking back control. Once you see it, you can no longer pretend that everything is fine. And once you cannot pretend, you must choose. Continue drifting or wake up and live intentionally. Living intentionally doesn't mean making huge dramatic changes overnight. It doesn't mean quitting your job, moving to another country, or completely rewriting your life. It begins with small, deliberate choices. It begins with asking yourself, am I doing this because I truly want to, or because it's comfortable? Am I living this life because it's mine, or because it's expected of me? And answering these questions honestly is not easy. It's uncomfortable. It might even be painful, but growth rarely happens in comfort. Transformation almost always begins in discomfort. When you decide to step off autopilot, you start paying attention. You notice the little things, the way the sunlight falls through your window in the morning, the sound of your own laughter, the moments that make your heart race. You start choosing actions that align with your goals, your values, and your passions. You stop living to please others or to fill time, and you start living for yourself. But beware, living intentionally is a skill, and like any skill, it takes practice. You will stumble. You will revert to autopilot sometimes. Old habits die slowly. The mind craves comfort and familiarity. And every time you fall back into the loop, don't beat yourself up. Recognize it, reflect on it, and choose again. Because the power to choose is always yours. Every single day, in every single moment, you have the opportunity to break free from autopilot and reclaim your life. One of the most powerful ways to escape autopilot is through purpose. When you have a clear sense of purpose, your actions have meaning. You know why you do what you do, and every choice becomes intentional. Purpose is the antidote to autopilot. It pulls you out of mindless routine and propels you toward growth, fulfillment, and passion. And even if your purpose is not yet fully clear, the mere act of seeking it, of exploring what makes you feel alive, will force you to step out of autopilot and into presence. Another key to breaking free is mindfulness. Pay attention to your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Ask yourself, am I present? Am I fully here? Am I living? Or merely existing? Meditation, journaling, and reflection are not just self-help trends. They are tools that sharpen your awareness and bring you back into the driver's seat of your life. When you cultivate mindfulness, you start noticing where autopilot has been holding you back, and you gain the clarity to make conscious choices instead. Autopilot also thrives on distraction. Social media, endless scrolling, binge-watching shows, meaningless conversations. These are the fogs that keep you from noticing your own life. And the more distracted you are, the more numb you feel. The more you let days slip by without intention. Reclaim your attention. Protect it. Use it deliberately. Decide where to invest your time, your energy, your focus, and your heart. Because attention is the currency of life. And if you spend it carelessly, you are, in essence, wasting your life. Living on autopilot is lonely too. When you are disconnected from your choices, your passions, and your purpose, you feel isolated from yourself and from the world. Life feels flat, colorless, and repetitive, but when you step off autopilot, a whole new world opens up. Every moment becomes vibrant. Every decision carries weight. Every experience is richer. Relationships deepen. Connections grow. Joy is no longer accidental. It becomes intentional. So today, right now, ask yourself, am I living on autopilot? Are my days a series of routines that numb me, or are they full of deliberate, conscious action that brings me closer to the life I want? Be honest, don't lie to yourself. Autopilot is comfortable, but comfort is not fulfillment. Routine is safe, but safety is not growth. Familiarity is easy, but easy is not extraordinary. Breaking free from autopilot is not about perfection. It's about awareness, intention, and action. It's about noticing where your life is slipping by and choosing consciously to take the wheel. It's about deciding that you will drive your own story instead of letting habits, fear, and distraction write it for you. And the beautiful truth is this: once you step off autopilot, life begins to feel alive again. Every day becomes a canvas. Every choice becomes a brushstroke. And slowly, intentionally, deliberately, you create a life that matters, a life that reflects your true self, your passions, and your potential. You were never meant to drift through life. You were meant to live it fully, consciously and boldly. Autopilot is optional. Presence is your birthright. And the moment you decide to wake up, to choose, to live intentionally, everything changes. Because life is not something that happens to you. It is something you create. And the power to create it begins the moment you refuse to waste another day on autopilot. Have you ever caught yourself saying, I'll do it later. I'll chase my dreams when the time is right. I'll start tomorrow, next month, next year. If you have, you are not alone. Millions of people live their entire lives postponing what they truly want. Dreams, passions, goals, always waiting for the perfect moment that never comes. And over time, the habit of postponing becomes resignation. You begin to believe that your dreams are too big, too unrealistic, too far away. You start thinking that maybe they aren't meant for you after all, and slowly, almost imperceptibly, you give up on yourself. This is one of the greatest tragedies of human life. The dreams you have right now, the ones that make your heart race, the ones that excite and inspire you, are often left to gather dust, while you convince yourself that the timing is wrong, that life is too hard, or that you're too unprepared. But here's the truth. There will never be a perfect moment. The universe does not pause until you feel ready. Life keeps moving. Every day you delay is a day that slips irretrievably through your fingers. People postpone their dreams for countless reasons. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of leaving their comfort zone. Sometimes it's laziness, distraction, or the allure of short-term comfort over long-term fulfillment. Other times, it's resignation, a quiet, painful acceptance that life is just something that happens to you, rather than something you can shape. And what often accompanies postponement is a profound lack of purpose. Without purpose, dreams feel unattainable. Without meaning, action feels pointless. Without direction, even the boldest aspirations seem like distant fantasies rather than achievable realities. But think about this for a moment. Every person who ever accomplished something extraordinary faced fear, faced uncertainty, and faced moments where it would have been easier to give up. The difference between them and those who settle is not luck, it is choice. They chose to act despite the fear, despite the doubt, despite the uncertainty. They refused to postpone what they were meant to pursue. They refused to resign themselves to a life smaller than their potential. And that's exactly what you have to do too. Lack of purpose is the silent thief of dream. It seeps into your life gradually, eroding motivation and dimming the excitement that once lit your path. When you lack purpose, every day feels heavy. Tasks feel meaningless. Effort feels futile. You drift like a ship without a rudder, tossed by currents, reacting to external forces rather than steering toward a chosen destination. You may achieve small successes or temporary satisfaction, but the emptiness never truly leaves. You may have money, comfort, and security, but without purpose, these achievements feel hollow. Purpose is what transforms ordinary actions into meaningful progress. It's what fuels your ambition, your creativity, and your resilience. It's what makes failures feel like lessons instead of dead ends. And when you combine purpose with action, when you refuse to postpone your dreams, you unlock a power so transformative that it changes everything. Your mindset, your relationships, your opportunities, your very sense of self. Living without purpose and postponing dreams are deeply connected. Without a purpose, it's easy to convince yourself that tomorrow is better than today, that next year is better than now. You delay action because your life feels directionless, and the longer you delay, the more your dreams fade, until one day you look back and realize that time has passed and you have nothing to show for it. Not because you lacked talent, resources, or ability, but because you lacked the courage to start. But here's the beautiful truth. You are not powerless. You are not defined by your past, your mistakes, or the limitations others have imposed on you. Every choice you make, every action you take, every thought you nurture, every moment you decide to be present, these are opportunities to reclaim your life. These are chances to break free from the patterns that have held you back. These are the building blocks of the happiest, most fulfilled version of yourself. Living intentionally is a practice. It doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't happen perfectly. You will stumble. You will revert to old habits. You will feel fear, doubt, and resistance. But progress is not measured by perfection. It is measured by consistency, courage, and persistence. Every small step you take toward purpose, toward health, toward presence, toward self-love, toward your dreams is a victory. Every conscious choice is a declaration that your life matters. It starts with awareness. Recognize where you've been wasting time, energy, and potential. Notice the habits, fears, and distractions that have kept you from living fully. Then comes action. Take steps, however small, to reclaim your life. Pursue your dreams relentlessly. Say no to expectations that aren't yours. Care for your body, mind, and soul. Celebrate the present. And finally, cultivate purpose. Let your life be guided not by what is easy or safe, but by what makes your heart come alive. Happiness, fulfillment, and a life of meaning are not elusive. They are available to anyone willing to act. You do not need more resources, more luck, or more permission. You need courage, clarity, and commitment. You need to decide that you will no longer let life pass by unnoticed. You need to decide that you are worth the effort, that your dreams are worth chasing, that your time is precious, and that your life is meant to be extraordinary. So today, make this your declaration. I will stop wasting my life. I will live intentionally. I will chase my dreams, embrace my purpose, honor my health, and savor the present. I will refuse to be trapped by fear, by routine, by others' expectations, or by my own doubts. I will choose action over inaction, courage over comfort, presence over distraction, and passion over resignation, because life is happening right now. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, not someday, right now. And the happiest, most fulfilled, most extraordinary version of yourself is waiting for you. Not in some distant future, but in this very moment. Take it, own it, live it. Stop wasting your life. Do this instead.